Are some of the leads we get for our DJ services not even worth pursuing? And sometimes, if we get them electronically through either text or email, are they actually scams or spammy things that we really need to proceed carefully with? Have you experienced this stuff? I mean, let me know in the comments section. I'd love to hear your stories. A couple of things came up this week, and I thought they'd be interesting to talk about because I think we've all experienced it, and we all probably handle them a little different. How do you handle this stuff? I'll let you know how I handle it. That's what we're talking about today in this video. So before we go any further, we're going to do the sponsorship thing. If you fast forward 30 seconds, you'll probably skip all of this. This video is sponsored and brought to you today by Hollywood DJ, located on 11th Street in Los Angeles, California. Check out their website in the description of this video, or alternately, give them a call. Talk to my pal Alan down there and drop my name. He will hook you up. There's nothing in it for me. It's just a hookup for you. I've done this a few times with some friends recently, and they've been very happy with the results. So before you go just blindly buying on a website, give Hollywood DJ a call. They will hook you up. Now, on to the topic at hand. I want to talk about a post I saw on social media from a DJ who had said it's a red flag for him if he gets a client who says one of two things, or both things. We don't want anything fancy. We just want you to play our music. He knows those are not his clients. And a lot of people agreed, yeah, I don't want to deal with people like that who just want to give me a playlist, and they're obviously cheap, and that could be one way of looking at it. I kind of looked at it another way, and I'm trying to have empathy for whoever says these things. Yeah, it could absolutely be somebody who just wants to pay $300 for a wedding. It could be that. But it could also be somebody who has been to a wedding where they've had cold sparks, dancing on a cloud, multiple subwoofers, big trussing and light systems, 12 moving heads, LED dance floor, and they're like, you know what? I don't need all that fancy stuff. I just want somebody to come and play the music we'd like. It could be that too. So I'm thinking in that instance, with those qualifications of we don't want anything fancy, we'd just like you to play the music we like, or play our playlist, or whatever it is, that's not always cheap. It just means that they don't need all the bells and whistles that they may have seen. It could mean they're cheap. It could absolutely mean that. But I think it's very important that we qualify them before we make that assumption. So we've got to dive in and say, okay, let's talk about your event. What are you looking for? What would you like to see? Where is it? What are the times? How many people? And find out all about them before we just write them off. That's how I do it. How do you do it? Let us know below. We should probably talk about what I mean by qualifying these leads. What I mean is sometimes you get information from an individual and you take it at face value when indeed it means something completely different. I'll give you an example that a lot of you will be able to relate to if you've been DJing for more than 10 years. I used to get a lot of clients who used to say to me, look, we don't want any rap. When I first heard this, I assumed that that's exactly what they wanted. No rap. So I'm thinking, okay, no Tone Loc Wild Thing, no Baby Got Back, no 50 Cent in the Club, all of those things. When indeed they were requesting songs like Baby Got Back and 50 Cent in the Club. I'm like, wait a minute, I thought you said no raps. Like, well, what we meant by that is we don't want that gangster rap stuff with foul language, the low energy stuff. Well, that makes sense. So maybe no rap doesn't mean no rap. Maybe no rap just means, yeah, the mainstream stuff is fine, but don't play this other stuff that we don't care for. That's the stuff that's not top 40 hits. It could absolutely mean we want no rap at all. We want Leonard Skinner and EDM, and that's it. But it could mean something completely different. You have to qualify these clients and these statements before you make assumptions. The other one I wanted to talk about was actually a text I got at 2:30 in the morning the other night. It's a weird time to send a text for DJ services, but I got it at 2:30 in the morning. It's an area code from Orange County, California. I'm in Milwaukee, by the way. I'm like 2,000 miles away from that. But I'll read you the text that I got. Hi there, my name is Nelson. I am currently planning my wedding, which will take place on November 15th, 2025. I'm looking to book a DJ for the ceremony, cocktail hour, and reception. Could you please let me know if you're available on that date? I'd love to learn more about your services and pricing. Strange time for a text to come in. But I replied to it right away. I was up. And I said, hi Nelson, I'm available. Pricing depends on scope of work, location, and your wants and needs. I'm happy to discuss this with you on the phone sometime. And I left it at that. I went ahead and put this out on social media. I let everybody know what the text message was, what my reply was, and I'm wondering, is this a scam of some kind? I answered the question without giving him any pricing or too much information. I basically said, Nelson, I'm available, but you're going to have to give me a call if we want to go any further with this. I need to know more before I give you a price. Was it not enough? Was it too much? I didn't ask any follow-up questions, really. I just let him know how I do pricing, which is all true, but I didn't give him any more information. I didn't give him a website. I didn't give him anything. Nothing. Just, I need to know more. Here are some of the replies to that. Maybe they work third shift. Give them a chance to respond. It's been 3 days and it's been radio silence. So either it was legit and they didn't like my reply, or it was scammy. I've gotten this one before. It's absolutely a scam. I asked if they had secured a venue and they gave me an address that included the state and country. I called the venue just to be sure. I taught writing for years. This sounds like AI to me, so it could be legit. That's a weird answer. So is it AI or it could be legit? It could be either one. They don't even know. Some people were like, well, how did he hear about you? Well, I don't know. We didn't get that far. I don't know where this person got my number. Is it a DJ messing with me? My first clue that this could be scammy wasn't that the text came in at 2:30 in the morning. It wasn't that the text came in from somewhere in Orange County, California, or that's where the area code was. When I was working Safe House, the person who I was in contact with had a Los Angeles area code. Because they were from LA, they didn't change their cell phone. I mean, that's not weird. 2:30 in the morning, it's absolutely possible. They tried to send a text. For some reason, it was out of range or something, and then it finally went through later. Maybe they tried to send it at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but it went through at 2:30 at night. I was also considering the time difference. It was probably only 12:30 in California. Still late, but it was probably 12:30. But here was the red flag for me, Nelson. I've never met anybody named Nelson. I know who Nelson Mandela was, and I know in the movie Shaun of the Dead, the guy who ran the convenience store, they called him Nelson. I'm sure that wasn't his real name. He looked like he was Asian, and maybe he had a name that was hard to pronounce, and he chose Nelson as his English name. A lot of people from Asia do that, either from China or India or Pakistan or even the Middle East. Sometimes, I worked for a guy. His name was Nabil when I was in the car business, but everybody called him Billy because that was just easier. It's not an unusual thing. So, yeah, Nelson was kind of like, okay, I've never heard that one before. But I still gave him the benefit of the doubt. I replied, just in case, in radio silence, and I didn't give this person any additional information about me, my location, or anything else. I just told him, hey, if you want to know more, let's talk and let's try to figure out this pricing. I didn't dismiss it. And that's kind of where I'm at. I don't dismiss any of this stuff unless it's like a Nigerian prince or something. I try not to dismiss it. If there's a chance that it could be legit, why not pursue it with caution? Which is what I did. I didn't get anywhere with it, but I pursued it with caution. I'm sure a lot of you have seen the obvious scams that have come through. What are those scams? Let us know in the comment section. I'm sure some of you maybe thought something was a scam and it turned out it was legit. Let us know about that experience in the comment section. I'd love to hear about that one too. One more thing I'll talk about that is not really relevant to what we were talking about before, but something happened to me today and I've got to kind of reevaluate how I do things. My Fridays are typically pretty busy. I have to drive Blanca back and forth to work. She starts, and it's a short day. She starts at 1, she's done at 5. I've got a client. It's actually the granddaughter of some really good friends of mine that I've known since I was about 12 years old. We got to do a client meeting sometime soon. And we chose tonight, Friday night at 6 o'clock, kind of out in the suburbs. It's going to be tight, but I can pick Blanca up, drop her off, and hopefully get out by them. Like, it's the next county out. Almost 3 counties out for a 6 o'clock meeting. I let them know I might be a little late because of traffic, but I'll do my best to get there as close to 6 as I can. So my Friday is just like, right? And I just got a message from a friend. Somebody's looking for a DJ, a last minute gig tonight. There's no way I could do it. Not with this client meeting, not with everything else I've got going on. I don't really feel like I've got time to prep to do what they're looking for. By the way, it's a sub karaoke thing, so it's probably not big money. It's like a 3-hour deal. I mean, it might be a few $100s, but it's better than nothing, you know? I don't know. But I had to say no to it. I had to turn it down. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? This could have been a wedding that I'm saying no to last minute. If a wedding came in last minute and I was scheduled to pick up Blanca at 5, I could call her and say, hey, get an Uber. I got something going on. But if I got a client meeting on a Friday night, I'm kind of stuck. I agreed to this client meeting. It was fine. I agreed to it just the other night. But maybe I should not agree to client meetings on Friday nights. Maybe that's just a bad idea. Anything I do on a Friday should be easy to cancel it without anybody saying, hey, what's going on with this guy? You know, I don't want to upset a client. I'll upset Blanca. She's got to take an Uber. That's fine. But I don't want to upset a client, you know? Especially one of them going to do their wedding for. I don't want to be the guy who cancels on them. They want to get this done. I got to rethink it. I got to rethink how I do that. So, yeah, no more client meetings on Friday nights. I think it's just a bad idea. But anyway, okay, done with the video. I'm done. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Practice and enjoy.